So this is an amazing weed called Artemisia vulgaris, most commonly nicknamed mugwort, but also renamed by Susan Weed, and then it spread widely, renamed Cronewort in honor of the wisdom of crones, the wisdom of elder women. Again, here we have the silvery back on the plant showing us both a connection to the moon, and so therefore we might think, oh, maybe a connection to women, women's reproductive cycles that are guided by the moon. And also, as I mentioned with some other plants, when we have this felty, downy back on the plant, it may indeed have help for the respiratory and digestive systems. Artemisia does indeed have help for all these systems. It is, in fact, what I consider a supreme systemic healer. There is almost no system in the body that Artemisia does not help. Now there's many, many Artemisias, so let's be clear. Here we're looking at Artemisia vulgaris, common Artemis. And the reason I'm stressing this is because Artemisia absinthium, wormwood, is often mistakenly spoken of as if they're the same plant. And that plant is not for as frequent use as this plant is. And one of the ways we can tell, because plants are always communicating to us about themselves, about how to use them, about whether they're food or medicine or poison. One of the ways our wormwood will tell us not to use it is the whole plant is grayer than this. The whole plant, it's not a green plant, it is a gray plant. So Artemisia vulgaris, if you rub these leaves, it releases an incredible aroma, and this aroma actually stimulates the brain, it stimulates memory. I call this plant the intoxicant that helps us remember. And what I'm talking about is that it helps us to remember not only our night dreams, but the dreams of our heart, the dreams of our souls, the dreams that we need to remember in order to live, fulfilled lives. So Artemisia is, here's a fun thing I like to do with this plant. I'll pick a leaf. I like to have other people do this, especially I'll lick the back of it, and I'll put it right here on what's commonly called our third eye, but which I have renamed our first eye. And that can really help you in your meditations. And honestly, it looks good on everybody. There's nobody I've seen do this, it doesn't look good on them. So Artemisia stimulates the brain, it helps tonify the digestion because it's a bitter plant. So if we now take a little bit and taste it, it's not extremely bitter, but it's bitter enough that it's going to stimulate bile production and help us digest our food and eliminate in a healthy way. It's a tonic to our nerves. It helps calm us. It strengthens the nerves. This is a plant that can increase menstrual bleeding, so for some women that's fantastic and helps relieve their cramps by encouraging the blood to flow more freely. And other women, if they already bleed heavily, maybe they don't want to drink it when they're bleeding. This plant is actually, a species of this is used in moxa for acupuncture. When it's rolled like a cigar and burned over acupuncture points to help stimulate the flow of energy. I do everything with this plant. I make oil, I make vinegar, I make tincture, I dry it, use it fresh, eat it. So endlessly, we can, whoops, I lost my first eye there, oh well. But I'll stop with one thing. If you want to meditate more easily, you want to be able to kind of quiet your mind more readily, this is a very good plant to get to know. You can drink a cup before meditation. It will really help you tune in to that inner guidance that we all carry, but we need to slow down and quiet ourselves enough to actually hear it. So this is a teacher plant. All plants are teachers, but this is a particularly profound teacher plant for us.